Today I'm going to take you inside my Blender Octane community to fix one of our most used assets. So most of you Blender Octane users know we don't have a lot of plugins for us Octane users, but one of our community members had fixed that for us. He actually made his own custom HDRI Dome setup, which was originally made for the beta versions. And now that we're in a full stable version, I'm going to go ahead and re-update that, get that working on the Blender Octane stable version. So I'll show you how the dome works, how to set up the materials or the HDRI on the dome, and then we'll even look at the ray switch node, which in Octane is very comparable how the light path node works in cycles. Well, we have the ray switch node, and we'll talk a little bit about the power of that node and the usage. So what am I working on right now? Since we're finally in a stable version here, I'm finally updating our asset library. There's a lot of things that don't work anymore, like group node type things. And one of them that is one of my favorite was our HDRI Dome. One of our members had built this HDRI Dome for us. Check it out. Super cool, right? Like you got it, but there it is. HDRI Dome. If I select the back to render mode, turn on this. Okay, grab that and grab the floor and there. Then I can rotate it. Check it out. Everything plays nicely. Really cool. We can change the HDRIs. Maybe have to do some adjusting. So we load that in. You load it on the ground plane, right? So you have two. We have a HDRI floor, and I'll break the setup down in a minute. And then we have the sides, which is basically, if I jump out, a dome, right? Giant dome around it. Just jump back inside. And we need to make sure they have the same one ground plane. Choose the same HDRI. All right, cool. And then just need to do some readjustment. If you're struggling to learn Blender Octane, I just uploaded a 15-minute noob to pro material guide inside of my Blender Octane School. I'll give you a 7-day free trial to take a look at it, go through the course, see what kind of results you get. If you like it, you can stay. If you don't, you can leave. Peace. First of all, let's grab both of these, rotate them Z to kind of get the shot that you want, or the way you want the light to play, basically. This is fairly evenly lit there. I'm gonna go something like this. See if we can. It's a tweak there, so I can get it to show you how we would fix that. So if this is the look that I want, let me go to my camera view. Let's open that up a little bit. Let's go to a 35 millimeter. Select my focal point, HDRI. All right, and then again, like the back is tweaked right there. So I'll grab the wall, and then we need to come in here to our parameters, and we've got these predominant. This right here, and these are our predominant parameters for tweaking it. So for example, you can see what it's doing there, and then maybe play with this one a little bit. Oh, but our sides here are not matching, but that's all right. We'll come to the ground plane, click on the ground plane, hold down shift just to, there we go. That car is being cut off a little bit there. So let's go to the height of that. And we probably need to, no, that's bringing it down. Maybe bring it down a little bit. I think that's crunching it too much. All right, let me see if I grab this and actually GZ it up. What about translation? What does that do? Oh, there we go, translation. That brings it up. Come back in here and try to get it to, yeah, that's just a little bit off there. So GZ, see if we can bring up the ground plane. No, I'm not liking that either. It's not foolproof, but it gets the job somewhat done. So since I can't get that line to kind of fix, I will just grab them both and just we'll have to compromise. Let's just rotate the shot a little bit. Like maybe we'll hide it and go something like that. But now look over here on the right side, it's a little bit wonky. So how would we adjust this here on the side? Again, we would just do what I was doing earlier. Kind of zoom in here. Let me actually lighten this HDR. Let's go to our camera exposure. Let's lighten this up a little bit more. Give me a little more power there. All right, we can see it's a little bit off. See that line there? So again, clicking on the ground plane, hold down shift. Let's just pull this so it stretches and just meets to like right about there. I'll go past it just to see and then pull it back. So right about there, you can see where the line meets right there. I mean, but this is a nice little hack for an HDR. Now they make these plugins for cycles, of course, and nobody's really made one for Octane, but I might have to fix that problem. Well, now that we're in a stable add-on version, now it's time to really start cooking out some add-ons for it. And boom, there's our little HDRI dome, which is really cool. Let's see what that looks like rendered. Supposed to be coffee time, and I'm not drinking no coffee. I can see that that's compressed a little bit. It's a little bit too compressed, and the ground is a little bit too big. There's no sense of scale. I need to get my guys in here to get a sense of scale. But overall, like I just wanted to connect everything back up because it was broken when I loaded it up. Nothing was working. Everything was black. So I needed to fix the color space and I needed to reconnect some nodes. Now let's look at this node setup. So the way the thing is set up is the dome, the half dome here, which is this top piece, and then we have this separate bottom piece of geometry. Okay. And what he did was he had made the top. And then as far as the node setup, let's go full screen. This is the node setup. So we've got a diffuse material. We've got our RGB image, which is going to be our HDRI, power set to 1, linear gamma set to 1. Okay. And then color space needs to be linear rec. Actually, I don't even need this. I don't know why I did that. But we can come in here and just set that back to that. And then now we don't need this. Projection, spectral projection, because we're putting it on a half dome. And then we need our translation. Then from there, we plug this into the emission node so we can get that light value to come out of it and make it light, right? And this is all adjustable. You can adjust it to your needs. That goes into the emission. But what makes this is extremely powerful is this ray switch node, which would be in cycles a light path node or light, I forgot what they call it in cycles, a light path mode. But this allows me to tell the camera what not to see: gamma ray, shadow ray, diffuse rays, reflection, refractions, AO, and photon rays, right? That's basically I think it was a color. That's what it was called. But anyways, that goes into the opacity. Okay. And that was where the real trick was. And we'll just play with it and try to break it for a minute here so you can understand it. What happened? Oh, we're looking outside of it. There we go. And that's another thing. If like when you look outside, you can see what we're doing. We're just projecting. So once you're inside of it, all of this is being reflected also into, you can see I got the sphere here, onto our metallic sphere. Okay. So if we come back on the outside here, you're gonna have to play with it per se. You can see how there is a little bit of a difference as far as the lighting. Like this is brighter and this is darker. So if we go to camera ray, again, the camera won't see anything. It's set to 0. And the camera's not going to see anything, right? But look at our reflection. It's still happening. It still sees it, right? But the camera just doesn't see it. So that's invisible, camera ray, right? Bring that back. Now we can see the actual HDRI. Then we've got shadow rays. We're like right now, since we're inside of this dome, it's going to cast a shadow. And then that breaks our whole look because that shadow, we're inside the dome and it's a shadow because we're inside. So we don't want the shadows to be affected. So you turn the shadow off. So now we're getting just light. And hopefully we should be getting a little bit of that light spill and shadowing from the lighting of this. I should probably go to a more stronger HDRI that has a really predominant sun in it. Let's go to this aviation one here so we can see how the sun is playing with this. Okay, aviation, there we go. And again, you can see we've got a little bit of a difference here. So every time you bring in a different HDR, you're going to need to adjust the values. Where was I? I think I was on the sidewalls first. Let's go back to the sidewalls. Okay, good. So we were killing the shadow. There's the shadow taken away. You got diffuse rays, which I don't think we want that. So I turned that off. But we do want to see the reflection because look, if I turn it off, now we're seeing the reflection of my outside HDRI. That's another thing I forgot to change. Let me go back to the world. And if we jump out, this is the world HDRI that we're seeing out here. Total different HDRI, right? Let's also set that to the same one, aviation. All right, cool. Now we've got the same one. So if I go back to the sidewalls, now if I peel that off, now we're seeing the reflection from the outside, and now we're seeing the reflection inside. It's reflecting the inside. And it's the same with refraction if we had glass. Ambient occlusion rays, right? We don't want those to be effective because that's similar to how the shadow was. But now you can see that we do have the shadows working. Look, you can see that shadow casting right there. Photon rays, I don't know what that means. I'll have to search that again, photon rays, but I just leave it up because I don't see anything happening, right? So again, we can control the power too of our HDRI. If I hit that 0, now notice what's happening here. Look how it looks darker, right? I go back and set this back to let's set it to 100. Now it looks a little bit more brighter, right? Let's click on our ground plane now, and let's play with the difference on our ground plane. Again, I'm gonna set that to 100. Again, camera ray. There's our ground. Shadows. Well, shadows not gonna really do it because it's the ground, right? Not doing anything. Same thing. We want the floor to reflect into the sphere here, so it's sitting on the floor. If we don't do that, we don't see the floor. We see the HDR underneath it. And then again, we got our photon rays, which I'm not sure, so I just leave it on. And then again, if we take this and set this to 0, nothing really happens, but I'm just going to leave it at 100. And this will be in the classroom under assets and add-ons HDRI Dome.